NBA Straya, how are you going? How you going? Are you good? You should be. Why is that, Jim? Well, it's one of the great days, isn't it? Overseas right now, it's... Oh, yeah! Chill! 311 day, isn't that right? Yes, it is. Over in the old backwards USA where they do their dates wrong. But anyway, that's awesome. One of my favourite bands. We celebrated on yesterday's big show as well. Anyway, this is NBA Australia's best and worst of the day for Thursday, March 12. I'm your host, James Clements, here in Larry Armour Studios. Let's get into it with the daily. Is it some sort of whip round? There you go. As per usual. A lot of the discourse today has been Bam's 83 points. I've said my piece on yesterday's show. If you don't like fun and good things, I don't care. Go away. Just shush. You don't have to bring something down because something is a little bit higher than the other thing that you like. Everybody just relax. If we can't celebrate one of the great sort of like do everything, play the right way players we've had in the NBA over the last decade in Bam Adebayo, what are we doing here? Play basketball the right way. No, not that way. Ugh, I hate it. And for the people whinging about the fourth quarter, it wasn't even basketball. No, they used the rules to their advantage, and a lot of it was chaos. It was an awesome watch. And anybody who's actually whinging about this game just didn't watch it, right? Go back and watch it, you absolute bunch of sooks. Things that are fun and good are fun and good, actually. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, so that's been a fun bit of interneting, hasn't it? God, I'm going to talk about this again in a second. Steph is out for at least 10 more days. That sucks for the Warriors. Pack her up, boys. I reckon they're done. Same with the Sixers. Kelly Oubre is out for 2 more weeks with an elbow sprain. That is not great. Those two teams are in absolute freefall. Right now, your Warriors are sitting at a pretty dire 32-33 under 500 in the 9 seed, a scant 1.5 games ahead of the Portland Trailblazers. And the Sixers are in the 8 seed, 35-30, 1 game ahead of the Atlanta Hawks. Yeesh! That's not great. They're only 2 games up on the Hornets. I'm wearing the hat today for Charlotte. Good stuff. That's not great. Would the Sixers be better off, tanking into the play-in and then losing and having a crack at a top 4 pick? Maybe. But at the same time, that's gross. So anyway. Hey, let's do some very quick game wraps from today. There were some absolute belters. I talked about this on NBA Coffee Run this morning. It was really, really fun day set up. And Cleveland, that's right, Cleveland. Magic did not disappoint. 122-128. The Magic hold on to a win. Desmond Bain goes off. You had Harden hitting some amazing shots. This was a really, really high-quality, fun game that also featured a lot of weird, dumb stuff and not a giant amount of defense at times. It was very fun. I enjoyed it. You've got the old sort of throwbacky-looking Magic court and the sort of, just watching little Desmond Bain do things just makes me happy. So that was a fun game. Magic, keep on rolling because they need to, and they did. So that is their 5th straight win. They're up into the 5 seed now. That's pretty good because of the Raptors and the Sixers' current free falls. Both the Magic and the Heat are in the top 6, so that's pretty good. Next up, we had the Raptors Pelicans, and oh my God, just the pantsing of the night today is what Toronto copped in New Orleans. Running around like they're all full of gumbo. Come on, man, you're Canadian. You've got poutine. You've got big old chaos food. What are you doing? Getting shut down by New Orleans? That was crazy. I'm going to talk about DeJounte Murray in a second, but Trey Murphy was awesome. Zion did some crazy stuff. The Pelicans are trying. And this was the big problem going into this game for the Raptors. They only beat bad teams. I'm not wildly convinced that the Pelicans, now that everyone's back, are that bad. Like, since the start of the year, they've been solid. So, 22-45 for the Pelicans now. Like, that's awesome. Good job, New Orleans. At least they're trying, Jim. I know. The Raptors, the Knicks held off a feisty Yaz team. It's a soft J. Sensible goes off. Brunson had 28-8, 134-117. Really sort of put the foot down in the second half because they were down 15 and more early. It was a little bit worrisome. And I'm sort of sitting there as someone who may have, had a little something on this, writing on this one. I'm like, oh, God, what's going to happen here? And they managed to pull it out. So that was kind of nice because it was very worrisome. Yeah, they got up 18 at one point, the Yaz. But that's just good tanking to lose by 17 in the end. Gross. Absolutely gross. Keontae George played 20 points again. Good stuff there. What else? We then had a Rockets-Nuggets game that turned into an absolute laugher. This promised so much. And then they just ran roughshod over them in the second half. I'm watching this one going, Denver are just way more locked in than Houston. And I think, did we switch our pick to Denver this morning? I can't even remember. But anyway, 129-93. Yeesh. Jokic with a 16, 12, and 13 triple-double. Houston just looked all out of sorts. KD managed 11 points. LP Şengün 10 points. Amen at least had 16, 5, and 4. But this team just, oof. There's just something so whiffy about this Houston team, and I can't get past it. The Nugs, good win for them. The Hornets run over the top of the Sacramento Kings. Fazala! We lost. DeMar DeRozan had 39, but not enough. 117-109. Good bounce-back win for the Hornets. I was a little bit worried. I think we picked Sacramento on yesterday's show to cover, and that's what they did. They only lose by 8. Not bad, but still. And then the Clippers absolutely curb-stomped the Wolves, 153-128. A disastrous trip to LA for the Timber Pups to get 153. Kawhi was awesome, and that was just abysmal. So they were up in basically in the 3 spot the other day in Minnesota. They're now all the way down in the 6 spot in the West, only 1.5 games up on the Suns, tied with the Nugs at 40 and 26. There are 4 teams currently in the West on 40 wins. That's 3 through 6. I'll tell you what, this is going to be an awesome end of the season. All right, who was the best performer of the day? The NBA Straya approved performer of the day.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Yeah, that'd be the bloke who had 45, 5, and 5 and barely looked like he cracked the sweat. Kawhi Leonard, that was awesome. They absolutely stomped the Wolves. What an... Oh, God. I'm watching this one just going, what is happening here? What are they doing to him? And Minnesota just couldn't stop them. Seriously, they shot 63% from the floor, the Clippers. It's absurd. Garland looked amazing. You had Kawhi just not missing. He goes 6 and 9. Nice from 3. 45, 5, and 5 with a couple of steals. You got 22 from Benny Mathurin, but Kawhi was awesome. Honorable mention's got to go to Desmond Bane with his 35, 6, and 6 and a sick dagger 3. Good win there. Who was Spud of the night?
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the night.
I am Dennis Schroeder. I am German Rondo. He goes 0 of 5 today. Not great for the German Rondo. What else? We had a few other stinkers. I'll tell you what, 1 of 7 for Sion James. Elijah Harkless, 1 of 6, but 4 of 15 for Big Deke Bay. Not great. 4 of 14 for Scotty Barnes. Brutal. What are they doing out there? Isaiah Collier goes 4 of 11. RJ Barrett, 5 of 13. I'll tell you what, Spindles Ingram, 8 of 19 against his old team. Not great. And I'm absolutely shattered because on the day of the 3-11, we don't get anyone to shoot the magic number, which, I mean, we should just play it anyway, Jim. Okay. Yeah. Chill. What a band. Good stuff there. Old mate, no mates today.
Old mate, no mates. Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Who's got no mates today? Bam Adebayo and basketball discourse. I hate this. I hated the reaction to this so much. We can't just celebrate stuff. Oh, but the way he did it was disgusting. Yes, the way that Kobe got to 81 was disgusting. The way that Devin Booker got to 70 was disgusting. The way that Embiid got there was disgusting. The way Wilt probably got there was apparently disgusting. They were intentionally fouling. Just shut up. Just enjoy it. You know what? The 81 for Kobe at the time, yes, that he had to score in the fourth quarter. They're also up fucking 20 down the stretch, right? Everybody cool your jets. He took himself out in the final minute because they were finally up 20, took his victory lap at 81, and Bam was out there basically being rewarded for being one of the best all-round basketball players who's gotten barely any recognition throughout his career, I reckon. Ultimate teammate, all-round legend, great dude. And instead of celebrating the fact that he had an absolute heater, a career night, goes off his head, etches his name into the record books, we're going to do the thing where it's like, but Kobe did it better. Shut up, nerds. You bunch of Kobe sooks. Unbelievable. Can we just celebrate? Kobe's 81 was amazing. I remember this game as well. And then the 83, I'm sitting there watching this game because basically as I was watching it, as I said yesterday, I had the 4 box on the telly, and I'm looking up and I'm like, Bam's he scored like 27 points, and then it's 31 in the first quarter. I'm like, all right, we're checking the volume on here. He gets through the 40s in the second quarter. I'm like, this is pretty bloody good. Watching it, the fourth quarter, yes, the intentional fouling, the jacked threes, the going for it. I don't care. Have at it. You know what we should be actually celebrating? The fact that they absolutely straight pantsed and humiliated the Wizards. If you want to stop tanking, do this every game. You know what teams don't want? To have you scoring 83 points on them night after night. You know? Have a bit of pride. They will have a bit of pride if you're getting your ass kicked that badly. But I think this is such a weird headspace to be in. It's a non-superstar having a career night where he goes completely off his head, and we can't do anything apart from just argue about it. I just think it was neat and cool, right? So much dumb debate, the stat padding, the rubbish tactics, whatever. 83 is 83. Shush. It was so gnarly. I think there was I saw something, just imagine if this had happened when there was no internet. What do you think people would have thought of this game if that was the, actual sort of setup? They would have been losing their minds. It's an awesome one. But instead, we're going to be pushing stupid agendas from stupid people. Anyway, so old mate, no mates, is anyone sort of arguing, it's not as good as Kobe. Shush, you babies. Pantsing of the night, number 2. Jamal Shed got pants by DeJounte Murray. This was amazing. DeJounte is dancing. Jamal Shed's playing amazing defense, keeping him there. Keeps him around the three-point line. DeJounte goes into it. Oh, God. He snapped his ankles one last time, sends him flying, hits the shot, stands over him. Oh, yeah. Loved it. Absolutely worth the tech. Absolutely worth the brouhaha. That was awesome. Absolute all-time pantsing. Honorable mention's got to go to Zion and the windmill that he threw down after, Khalil Ware had the sick block. Zion goes up the other end and does a windmill on the Raptors. We've got to start embarrassing these teams. That's the only way they'll learn. Simple as that. All right, finally, better than Lonzo Ball, Ben Simmons and Bronny James today.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. We're coming for everybody. 18-8 for Nick Clifford, not bad. But Bryce Sensabaugh has been quietly having a very, 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 very good season. 29 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 of 11 from downtown today to go with his 9 of 19 shooting for the Utah Jazz. And the same goes for the underrated Tristan Aravinda da Silva. 23, 4, and 3 for the young Orlando Magic man. He's been really, really solid as like a, hey, we've got Johnny Isaac. Well, we've also got Johnny Isaac, but not as annoying. Let's play him more. That seems way more fun. Nice one. All right, now let's do a bit of the Aussie player watch because we had a big blowout there for the Wolves game, which means Rocco's Modern Life. Hell yeah, we got some Rocco and Jingles hit a shot. It was awesome. You also had Josh Green playing, so we'll do him first. 11 minutes against Sacramento. He went 0 of 1 from the floor. It was a 3, so 0 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 2 steals. He's like the hungry caterpillar, but he had a bad game. Minus 12 in 11 minutes. Brutal gear for Josh Green. But anyway, the headliner today, Rocco Zakarsky and Jinglin' Joe Ingles. Rocco played 6 minutes. He had 2 points, 3 rebounds, and a block. Biote, Rocco. And Jinglin' Joe Ingles, 6 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 1 from the floor, 3 assists, 1 turnover, a +6 in his 6 minutes. Jingles and Rocco go ham. as the Clippers absolutely straight killed them. He did get straight killed. That's all right. And Tyrese Proctor didn't dress for this one as well for the Cavs. So there you go. All right, what about tomorrow's games, Jim? All right, what do we got? We've got a pretty interesting slate for your Friday. Friday, March 13. Ooh, spooky. Remember, you can find all of our picks over at Double. Use the link in our show description or our social bios to find them all there. Tomorrow, we have Philly at Detroit. That is a ripper game. Detroit are going to smash them because Philly don't have any dudes. Tobias Harris revenge game. Book it. Minus 14.5 for go on the Pistons. Indy Phoenix. Phoenix are probably going to smash them. With Booker back, Jalen Green. This is an interesting one and an easy one, I reckon, for the Suns just to go, right, Jalen Green, just drop 40. Suns minus 8.5. This is the thing. These tanking teams, these lines, higher. I'm feeling okay. Phoenix minus 8.5. Orlando, Washington, despite the Magic being on them back-to-back, they're 15.5-point favorites at home. I think they're still going to cover that. That's a bit of an interesting one, though. Washington, though, we just saw them in Miami get absolutely embarrassed. Do they bounce back? This is a tough one. With the Magic on a back-to-back, having played a really tough game against Cleveland, I'm going to go the Wiz plus 15.5 just to put up a bit of a fight. Atlanta take on Brooklyn in Atlanta. We're going minus 14.5 for the Hawks because the Nets are horrible. The Hawks have been really, really good as well. To the point where I think, do they have the longest winning streak in the NBA? They do. They've got 7 straight wins. That's awesome. We're going to go the Hawks minus 14.5. You have Miami hosting Milwaukee. Book the fact that Bam is going to be absolutely ghost. There is a man who is tired. The Bucks are 5.5-point underdogs in Miami. I actually might go Milwaukee plus 5.5. Miami might win this one, but in a close one. Giannis maybe showing off his wares to his new team. Just saying. Dallas at Memphis. Grizzlies a little bit janky here and there. Dallas still juggling Cooper Flagg being back. I reckon Dallas might win this one. Klay Thompson's off his head at the moment. We'll go Dallas minus 4.5. Denver, San Antonio. San Antonio minus 4.5 against the Nugs. I like the Spurs here with the Nugs having played today and beaten Houston. They go to San Antonio after that game. I'm going to go the Spurs. You got OKC, Boston, an absolute belter of a game. OKC are 6.5-point favorites. I don't mind Boston. Look, Boston they lose Jaylen Brown. They got embarrassed in that game against the Spurs. I'm going to go the Celtics plus 6.5. I think that one, stays a little bit closer. And then finally, Chicago, the LA Lakers, a 1991 NBA Finals rematch. This is awesome. Lakers are 11.5-point favorites, but Josh Giddey loves nothing more than beating the Lakers. I'm going to take the Bulls plus 11.5 if Gids plays. And there you go. That's it for today. NBA Australia's best and worst stuff of the day. Go follow us on all the socials. Get around Jim Does Supercoach and Footy Unfiltrated, NFL Australia as well. All the good stuff there. Remember to follow Picks on Double. You can buy us a coffee. buymeacoffee.com/NBA Australia. It'd be much appreciated. Join the Dead Set Legends Club. You get exclusive content as well. buymeacoffee.com/NBA Australia. But that's it. Tune in to NBA Australia for everything NBA every single day. Subscribe or I'll fight you. This is NBA Australia saying look after yourselves, would you? And free jingles. Later, hoes and